Lagos. Hello, world. It's a wonderful evening, and it's a big pleasure having you today at the GearUp series live. Today, I have a very special and wonderful guest and an interesting conversation that you want to listen to. On the GearUp series today, I'm having Hafsat Shinkafi. She's a social entrepreneur, the founder and the CEO of Aiki Services, which we are going to be showcasing today. She's also the founder of I Am Change, which can be found at iamchange.org. It's a non-profit registered in 2015 for youth and vulnerable citizens development. She studied, they studied the Bachelor of International Relations in Geneva, Switzerland, and also has a master's in business management. She has experience in broadcast journalism as a news producer for Arise TV from 2017 to 2019. She was a selected participant and a graduate of the Founders Global Institute 2020 Cohort 2 class, which is one of the world's largest pre-seed startup accelerator from Silicon Valley. It's a big pleasure having you today. Thank you for coming on this conversation, Hafsat.
Thank you, Dami. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right. We'd love to hear you much louder if you could come closer to the screen. So I would jump straight to the conversation for today, and I'm going to ask the $1 million question. The number one hot question is, why did you conceive and how did you conceive the idea for Aiki Services, and what gives you the boldness to go ahead to say, oh, I'm going to start this company and we're going to run this way? Could you share with us what led to this business starting?
Okay. Well, in my introduction, you mentioned my role as a founder of I Am Change, which is a non-profit organization catered to youth development and vulnerable citizens development. So my idea for Aiki Services actually came when, in the span of my role as the founder and executive director of IAC, I Am Change, I was really passionate about skills acquisition and skills development in youth. Actually, speaking on that, I would like to make a reference on an interview I did with the current president, Muhammad Buhari, on the most challenging issues facing the Nigerian youth. So back to the point, I mean, one of the key things that are challenging Nigerian youth are the issue of unemployment and even unemployability. So even during the interview with the sitting president, we discussed that, and he made some promises and solutions that will be offered to the youth during his tenure. I don't want to get so much into politics, so whether he has delivered those promises or not is open for debate. But so that is when I really had the passion to pursue skills acquisition and also raise the standards and also increase the development in skills acquisition, especially the technical sector for skills acquisition, because they're skills that are needed for everyday life in society. So that's how I got the idea.
Okay, so why the name Aiki Services? If we ask, why the name Aiki Services? What's the meaning? What's the inspiration?
Well, Aiki is a Hausa word. Aiki is a Hausa word, and it means work. So it fits very well into my vision, and it's like all encapsulating of the meaning and what our values are, which is hard work and labor. So we went for Aiki Services, and when I was at Founders Institute, a lot of the directors there and the mentors found it very catchy, and it's a short word. It's very memorable. You can memorize it easily, and there are so many reasons, but the meaning is the most important reason for having that. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so how does Aiki Services relate to, because I hear you say blue collar workers in Nigeria, artisans, technicians,
Okay.
So how does it relate to facility management? Is it facility management? Can we refer to Aiki as an outsourced facility manager?
Well, yes, you can, or you can refer to it as a premium concierge service for business, domestic, and industrial premium customers. So yes, you can look at the business or the company as a facility management or maintenance business, but it's also more catered to. So that's why I use the word premium concierge service for your
Mm,
facilities in the business sector, domestic or industrial sector. When I say industrial, I'm talking about factory manufacturers, whereas domestic and
mm.
businesses are so a key part of the market.
Okay, that's fantastic. All right, so does Aiki actually serve individual customers, or is Aiki um, um, positioned only to serve businesses, factories, and industries?
Um, Okay, for B2B, no, Aiki is a B2B to C company, so it serves B2B and B2C. And there's a diverse range of Aiki plans for our different target customers, offering plumbing, electrical, and AC repair works. So any type of AC or maintenance, any type of AC, we do maintenance, repair, and installation works surrounding those jobs. And we also have
Oh,
certified, credible, internationally certified technicians and trained technicians for your electrical and
mm.
plumbing jobs and works you need. So it's really
Please tell us a little bit more about the training of your technicians. Do you train them abroad? What type of training do you give them, and how are they different from the regular electrician on my street?
okay. So, well, first of all, our technicians go through a rigorous screening and selection process. Then after that screening and selection process, from like a wide criteria of it starts from academics, experience, skills, levels, and after selecting the technicians, Aiki technicians, which is a trademarked term, Aiki technicians, we have it trademarked in Nigeria. So after that process, we go on to the training process, which is a very intensive and rigorous training period where they cover a curriculum that has been vetted and approved by the German Industry of Commerce and Trade. So we all know Germany's reputation with engineering and skills. So the German machine, all the German products. So this curriculum, training curriculum we have, which is being taught by ITF, Industrial Training Fund, our leading industrial and training technical trainers in Nigeria. They've been operating for almost 50 years. ITF, they're starting to become more visible in the society, but they've been existing for 50 years. So this curriculum that has been approved by the Germans is taught by ITF to our technicians. So this is the type of training and standards that we have at Aiki Services because our core mission and goal is to standardize the blue collar sector in Nigeria as well, especially as well as the technicians in Nigeria. We want to have like a standard, an international standard for our technicians, our blue collar sector and workers. So because once we
Okay.
achieve once we achieve that goal, our market is not restricted to Nigeria. Our market is all over the continent, African continent, and even globally because we're living in a global world now, right? So we want to achieve that
Yes.
standard because right now the culture is very, very substandard. It's unsafe, unprofessional. So many little problems. I mean, big problems actually. Sorry, and inadequate
Mm.
work skills in the blue collar sector and technical sector. So what we're trying to do with the support of a lot of our colleagues in the industry, but speaking for myself, is as the CEO of Aiki Services, our main aim is to raise the standard of technical skills in Nigeria and also standardize the blue collar sector, like I said.
Beautiful. So I'm going to try to capture a number of things that you've said, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Number one, Aiki Services is for businesses. So businesses that need access to technicians in terms of three trades. And are there more trades apart from, you mentioned refrigeration, air conditioning, you mentioned plumbing, you mentioned electrical. Are there more, or are those the three for starters?
Yes, those are the three for starters. As we go on, we'll be adding more and more high demand skills and trades to our services. And one of the trades that we're looking at are solar panel installation, because we're very passionate and we're very passionate and in support of sustainable development and green energy. And as you know, we have a problem with energy here in Nigeria. Hopefully, it will be over. So alternative energy is very important. We intend to offer services of the best solar energy technicians in terms of solar panel installation, maintenance, repair, inverters, battery maintenance, all of the um, value chain surrounding that sector. So that's one of the things we're looking at including. And for long term, we're looking at the oil and gas industry, technical manpower for that industry. So that's the long term goal, and so we intend to do a lot. Yes.
Okay, so we have those three trades available for businesses to be able to outsource from Aiki, right?
Yes.
So I can, as a business owner, I can recruit my technical staffs from the already trained uh, pool of Aiki services. Is that it?
Yes, from the most qualified as far as I'm concerned. Even in my competitors, I don't see anybody that goes through this rigorous and time consuming, capital intensive sort of processes that we go through. So, yes, as a business, you are assured of the best technician to help you manage your facilities, optimize
Beautiful.
your time, and take care of your assets at the company.
Beautiful. And at the same time, as an individual in my home, should I need the service of an electrician or a plumber or an AC or refrigerator maintenance for installation and for repairs, I can actually come to Aiki and get the services.
Oh, absolutely, yes. I mean, we're there for the B2C market, homeowners and tenants, even tenants as well can request for our services. We're there for you. That's actually our slogan. We are here for
Oh,
you.
you are,
So,
please,
yes, you can request for our
we are here
services.
for you. Is that your slogan?
Yes, that's the slogan for
All right,
IKE.
that's
We are
beautiful.
here for you.
So
We're here for you.
we are here for you. Beautiful, beautiful, and you ain't going nowhere. All right. So
No way. We're here for you.
how does Aiki services affect my bottom line? I'm as a businessman, I'm looking for the best way to improve my operational efficiency, and then to increase my market share, increase my revenue, and invariably my profit. Why do I want to look for premium service technicians on my business? Why don't I go for low cost? Low cost technicians are available all around. I, uh,
I think,
I don't know if you could convince me.
well, Danny, I think that question, if you've ever had an experience with a bad experience with the typical or the local technician or artisan, I think that will answer itself. But just to give you an answer is, just like I said, time wise, and it will help with the ease of doing your own business, which will take your mind off, the side things. As a manager, you wouldn't want to spend so much time, relating or tracking down a technician when you have like your AC leaking or is not cooling. Let me give an example of like the hospitality sector, where it's very important to, catering to customers, and comfort is very important. So you have your lights or something that is off. Instead of you tracking a local person as a medium enterprise or anything, you have an assured, reliable um, company and service where you can call and you're assured that everything will be sorted out for you. You have professional uh, relationships with the technician as well as the customer service department of the company. So I think it's just mainly to answer your question, the ease of doing business with vetted professional technicians, and also your security as well is very important. Security of goods and properties. There's so many
Mm.
stories. Yeah, there's so many stories of theft, so many stories of all types of things. People coming to your private space. Now speaking on the B2C, the homeowner, these unverified workers come into your private space as much as your own bedroom sometimes, and they see
Mm.
everything in the situation, security situation of the country now. We need to start valuing these added services and important
Mm.
matters in terms of bringing people into your space, because we all know the situation right now, and it's there to teach us a lesson. It doesn't mean that things will get better and we go back to our former ways. Where developing nation, all these things have like a standard that we should follow. So that is what
Okay.
IT service is providing.
Let's talk about that value added service again. Let's talk about safety, health safety. Let's talk about security. How is Aiki Services achieving safety? Safety in terms of health, in terms of transmittable disease or health. On one part, safety in terms of you don't repair something and then it causes fire in the next. Safety in
Wow,
terms of people
different.
coming to work on my facility and getting injured on my facility. Let's talk about safety there, and let's talk about security. So are you saying that all IT technicians are 100% trustworthy, and there's nothing to be worried about? And why should I be confident that IT has covered all the loopholes and all the bases, especially security wise? What has Aiki done that gives Aiki Services that confidence to say, hey, you can patronize us and you can trust us on safety?
Okay. So just like I mentioned, we have a number of processes that we go through internally on the management level. And our selection to make sure that, of course, like you said, we cannot guarantee 100% on everyone, but we've taken so much time, we've gone through a rigorous process of making sure we've vetted these technicians properly and we've minimized the risk to a minimum, the most minimum level possible. So that is what we can offer you. But anything can happen as a human being. But
So
we
so
are
how do
very
you vet? How do you vet, if I may ask?
Okay, so we have background checks. We do background checks. We have guarantors, more than one guarantors per technician. We have bonds in place. We have our contracts in place. All technicians fully understand the consequences for breaking or breaching any contract. So before you put your name down, a number of them didn't make it to our selected candidates because they saw the level of our contract, and so they understood the how serious the contract was, and they couldn't go forward. So we lost a lot of them during our process. So we have a very good contract in place, and all of them are well educated to understand the consequences of breaking those contracts. So that is what we rely on. We've had, just like I said, we have all measures that we can to minimize the risk to as low as possible. And that is what we're relying on to make sure that our customers are safe, secured, and also get the best service possible.
Okay. So let's also talk about safety, work safety and then health safety. What additional value, what value add does Aiki Service offer us, especially we households,
Yes.
households that are going to be, what value add in terms of health safety and also in terms of on the job safety?
Okay, in terms of health safety, all workers go through an employment test, which is a combination of health tests, different specific tests for different illnesses and diseases. All technicians have to be cleared of those serious health tests. And in terms of the other question, sorry, can you repeat it? It was a loaded question.
Yeah. So
health,
and on the job safety, you know, we're talking safety now. So there's health safety in terms of health of, you know, healthy technicians coming into my space.
okay.
And there's also work safety, you know, that they don't come and destroy my equipment, or they don't come and they get themselves injured on my property.
Okay, right. So for the health safety, like I said, we have medical tests that are run on all technicians before they start working to make sure that they're fully healthy and good to go into homes. And for the sort of site and work environment safety, we also, during the training, there is a part of the training where those things are really being taught to the technicians, and you know how to be respectful in people's homes and people's properties, and also to say to protect themselves. That is, the technician to work in a safe way and protective way to make sure that his own well-being is protected. So we have those trainings in place. During the training, we go through all of those parts whereby the technicians is being brought up and up to speed with how to operate properly. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Wow, that's some significant value add there. All right, so do you have warranties for, you know, service? Because one of the challenges that I know that quite a number of people have with, you know, with patronizing the on the streets technicians is that once they do work, you know, and then, you know, 2-3 days that part fails, you have to pay all over again, or you look for another technician to take it up again. So yeah, and we know that service failures happens here and there. So if a service failure does happen, while an Aiki technician actually worked on a particular account, what actually happens? Are there any warranties for service failures?
Yes, well, we have the best materials and products from reputable and credible suppliers. So in terms of the part or product, if there's anything wrong with it, you are guaranteed for a replacement of a product that is used that doesn't work properly, doesn't work well. And in terms of the service itself from our technicians, we are also almost 100% assured of the capacity to do any of the work that we are called upon. And in case there's a failure of anything, we have backups, we have supervisors that will come in place and sort everything out. So mainly, I've mentioned 2 places where you find where you run into issues in terms of the quality of work that is being done is from the parts. Most of the parts are counterfeit; they're fake parts. So we're assuring that we're going to be using original parts from reputable suppliers from the market, and if there's anything wrong with that, you're guaranteed as a customer to have your part replaced on our own accounts, not at your own cost. So those are one of the very big benefits that the company and business offers.
And these parts are affordable and actually at competitive pricing, right?
Yes, absolutely. And long term.
Okay. All right. So how do I'm sold. How do I get on Aiki Services? How do I get Aiki Services to, you know, help me out with 1 or 2 of my service needs that these trades that you've mentioned can cover? So how do I proceed?
You have the website. If you visit www.aikiservices.com, that's AIKI services.com.
Okay.
Aiki Services together. You should be able to get all the information. So mind you, we're a startup company and we're doing a lot of upgrading and development. So in case you visit and the site is down, please don't be discouraged. You can visit again. And on all social media platforms, you can search Aiki Services, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. You can find us at Aiki Services. So
Okay.
that is where you can reach out to us.
So once I get onto the website, I'll be connected to a technician and I'm good to go.
Once you get on there, you send a job request or any request you have outside, and we do best bespoke too. So in case you want to do something that is not in the line of those three trades that I mentioned, which is electrical, plumbing, and AC repair, you can request, oh, I want to do a little bit of like something more of a masonry or construction side of things, and we can put together a team for you to come to your construction site or to do any of those things. So we offer other services as well. So, but those are the core services we offer. Those are our core targets, and those are our core services for our target customers, premium customers.
All right, that's beautiful. I think this may be my last question for this evening. So, let's talk about the pricing. You may not want to give us the pricing off air, but give me an idea. Could you just give us an idea of what the pricing is compared to, given all this wonderful value add that you have described? So what's the pricing like, and where can I find this pricing? Can I find them on the website?
Okay, so of course, like you said, we cannot put it on air, but I assure viewers that we have very inclusive pricing schemes, and there's a service and a plan and a price for every customer. Everybody is included, and you can find our prices through requests, and we're developing a WhatsApp business account, very heavy technology to assist us. So instantly you can chat with us and inquire about our service and prices, which you'll be able to reach out then. So that's why I plead with viewers to check time to time on once you're following us on our social media, you'll be updated on these services that will be brought up, like the WhatsApp business, the bot that will be the WhatsApp account, where instantly you'll be able to our catalog, you'll be able to report pricing, services. So do follow us on social media or at site to be updated on this information.
All right, beautiful. It's a wonderful pleasure spending the last almost. I said maybe my last question. So this is my final last question to you. How does it feel being a female and dealing with I don't want to sound like a sexist, so I'm putting my questions very carefully so I don't get shot. How does it feel? Have you had any, so far so good, have you had any challenges, any worry, that maybe these technicians will not, pay attention to me? Have you experienced anything? Please,
to be honest,
let's have a honest conversation here. Let's know if it's
I've not experienced that yet from my own team.
The male gender is a very wonderful
I haven't experienced that, but
okay.
Anyway, so you went off a little bit. I haven't really come across any like discrimination or from partners or themselves. So I think I'm lucky in that and for any, I'll just like to say over. I believe in your passion and what you need to do. That's it.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the conversation. Thank you for the insight. Thank you for introducing us. Wish your business all the very best, and we look forward to having you back in a couple of months' time to share how your experience and the journey would have been. Thank you for coming around. Thank you for listening in today, and thank you for especially for our viewers that'll be watching this video offline. It was a very insightful conversation. So regardless of where you are, your gender, regardless of what position you are, please be bold, take that leap. Should you have those ideas, and then if you need any support, if you need any assistant as regards your business, you can look for people to gear you up, and we're here at Gear Partners to support you. So till I see you again, most likely on Thursday, another showcase. Till I get to chat with you again, have a wonderful evening. Thank you.